everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living, and today it's almost lunchtime. It's a cold, wet day outside. It's been raining all morning long, and so Marie was in there doing some decluttering, and she came across a piece of paper, and she brought it and showed it to me. And what this is a recipe that she'd written down several years ago. It's called Weight Watchers Yummy Cheese Soup. And she said, Calvin, this looks good, so we should make this. And so I said, well, I think we've got all the ingredients. We can make that right now. So anyway, you look at this piece of paper. I don't know if the camera will show it, but this paper is actually starting to turn yellow. It's so old, so there's no telling how many years this recipe has been in that drawer. And she said, as far as she knows, she's never made this before. So we're going to give it a little try right quick and see how it turns out. Everybody knows I've been on a diet, and Marie has been too, so we've been watching what we eat. And this just sounds good for lunch today, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, let me show you what the ingredients are, and we'll get started. Okay, for the ingredients, we're going to be using 2 bags of frozen broccoli florets. And I've already thawed these out in the microwave, so I will be cutting them to be sure they're small pieces. I'm going to be using 2 cans of chicken broth. I'll be using 1 can of the Rotel tomatoes. This is the Great Value brand. They call it just mild diced tomatoes with green chilies. And then I'm going to be using 8 ounces of this Velvetta cheese. This is the one that's 50% less fat, so that'd be better for our diet. This package is 16 ounces, so I'll be cutting it in half and using half of this. So very simple little recipe, not too many ingredients, and shouldn't take very long to cook. So let me get started here. Okay, I'm going to get started with the broccoli first. And what I'm going to do, some of these bigger pieces, I'm going to cut them a little bit smaller because I don't want really big pieces in our soup. We like using this frozen broccoli that we buy from Walmart. It's only $1 for a pack of broccoli, and it's really fast and easy. I tried growing broccoli here once before, and I didn't have any luck with it. So as much as Marie and I eat of broccoli, it's a lot better just to go ahead and buy frozen and cut it up. Here in Northwest Georgia, we don't necessarily have the best broccoli that's fresh in the stores, so I prefer the frozen. It just seems like it's a lot better for us. Okay, that's 1 pack. Now let me get the other pack. Sometimes when you buy it, it's got smaller pieces, and sometimes it has a lot of big pieces. Today seems one of them days when it's got a lot of big pieces. I do like buying the one that's called florets because it has less stems in it, and it's a little better. Okay, that's got most of the big ones cut up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I put 2 packs of broccoli in here. Now I'm going to add 2 cans of chicken broth to it. And I'm going to add the 1 can of the Rotel tomatoes to it. Okay, now I'm going to put this over here on the eye and get it started heating up. And the recipe says to heat it for about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to add the cheese to it. So let me get this over here on the heat and get it started. Okay, I've got the soup over here on the stove, and I've got the heat turned on, and I'm going to go ahead and let it start heating up. And it says to heat it up for about 8 minutes before you add the cheese to it. So let me set my timer here. Okay, got my timer set for 8 minutes. I'll be back with you as soon as it heats up. Okay, I've made one change to the recipe. It said to cook it for 8 minutes, but it took about 4 minutes for it to come to a boil. So what I did, I waited until it came to a boil, then I reset my timer for 8 minutes, and I'm going to let it cook for 8 minutes because we do like our broccoli to be tender. So we'll give it 8 minutes after the boil. Then I'll be back with you. Okay, it's been boiling now for 8 minutes. I'm going to turn the timer off here. So I'm going to go ahead and add the cheese to it. I took the 8 ounces of cheese and I sliced it into smaller pieces so it'll melt a little bit easier. So let's see how quick and easy this cheese is going to melt. Looks like it's melting pretty fast, so that'll be good. If you want to add some salt and pepper to this, you can, but to keep it Weight Watcher friendly, we're not going to add any salt to it right now. Marie, you'll like this. The cheese gives it a nice creamy texture to it. I've got my camera sitting in a different location, so I'm not sure how good this is going to record, but hopefully it's making us a good recording. And the cheese is almost completely melted here.
It really smells good, Calvin.
Okay. Okay, I was looking at the recipe, and the recipe states that it is for a 1 cup serving, it is 2 Weight Watcher points, and it is 98 calories for a 1 cup serving. So we'll go with that. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. It should be completely done. Let me get us a bowl full of this served up, and I'll be right back with you. This particular spoon here, 2 scoops of this equals 1 cup. Okay, this is our Weight Watchers Yummy Cheese Soup, and it does look good. Marie had some cornbread that was in the freezer, so she got out 2 cornbread muffins and thawed them out for us. So we're going to have the cornbread muffin to go with this, and it's going to make a very good lunch for us today. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. You never know what you're going to find when you are doing your decluttering. You may find something you like. Okay, so everyone have a great day. We certainly do appreciate each and every one of our friends and subscribers, and we will see you on our next video.
Calvin, this soup looks good and I can't wait to eat it. And so it smells really good too. So do what you love and love what you do, and y'all have a great evening. Bye.
Marie and I had this soup for lunch today, and we just want to let you know it turned out great. It really tasted good, and we will definitely be making this again. This recipe made enough for 2 complete meals, so we had it today and we'll have it for another lunch.
It's clear to see from up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful.